What's up, guys? Shuckle King here, bringing you my APA Season 3 Finals game against Vepsis, coach of the Helsinki High Dragons. It is very cool to get this experience. 20 teams came in, only 2 can reach this point, and I'm very happy that I was able to do so, and I'm honestly very happy I was able to face Vepsis. I've had a lot of battles with him in the past, so definitely cool to face off against him in finals. Hopefully, honestly, I would like someone easier than him, but I'll definitely take the challenge for sure. It'll be an epic finale, hopefully. Or hopefully it won't be epic, I'll just win easily, but well, I digress a little bit. So before we get into this, make sure you guys like the video if you like the content I'm putting out, and consider giving a subscription. I have a couple seasons actually that I'm in the midst of playoffs for right now, so I should have some pretty high quality games these last couple weeks. I might be uploading some future games. And also make sure you go check out Vepsis. So GCS reached out to me, like I was talking to him for a while because he's good friends with both me and Vepsis. He was asking what our overall record is against each other. And I was like probably like 3-2 in favor of me. But a lot of the games were generally close. But I wasn't sure. So I went back. I think I had to go back to 2016 when I was the Reno Rhyhorns. Yeah, that was a very long time ago. That was before the Philadelphia Absols and then OK Rillo Boomers. That is currently the logo. So went very far back there. And overall, my record is 6-3 against Vepsis, which I'm pretty surprised it was that far discrepancy. I thought it would have been closer. So all the games I won against him for the MPL tryout tourney. We faced off in finals there as well, and I won with Speed Pass. I won against him in regular season of IPL Season 7. That was probably 2017, maybe 2018. Long time ago there. Won against him in IPL off season, which maybe that probably doesn't count. Using really bad ones there. He beat me in once we both made NPL. He beat me in a regular season game. He beat me in NGBA. That was a super long time ago. That was my first draft league. And he joined, I think I was in that league season 2, 3, and 4, maybe N5 I think was when we disbanded in the middle of it. But yeah, he beat me in playoffs of NGBA season 3 after I won both our regular season matchups. And then I lost to him last season of Eon World Trophy, but I beat him in playoffs when I was able to get to the championship. So, yeah, 6-3 in my favor, 5-3 if you don't count the off-season game. So, we've definitely played close. So, I'm pretty happy facing Vepsis here. So, and he has a threatening team, obviously. So, a lot of threats. So, and I feel like some of his threats I really don't have answers for, but at the same time, he probably thinks that he doesn't have answers for some of my threats either. So we'll see. I think it's going to be a cool game. So his threats, number 1 mon is Mammothswine. I literally don't have a switch into this mon, depending on the moves that he brings. Now, he can only bring 4 moves, so generally it's going to be limiting in what he can bring. But Earthquake plus Icicle Crash, Ice Shard hits my team super hard. And say, like, the mon that can handle all 3 of those moves would be Rotom Frost. He could be Stone Edge or Superpower. So it's not like I can even run Chople Berry or Chardy Berry because he could be the other set to hit my Rotom Frost. Probably unlikely just because Rotom Frost could add speed. So I would doubt he would bring either one of those moves unless he were Scarfed and predicted me to not be Scarfed Rotom Frost, which, like, Heavy Duty Boots, Rotom Frost also is pretty decent in this matchup, but Scarf also works if I want to outspeed Hydreigon. So, yeah, but outside of Rotom Frost, no switch-ins. Gastrodon, even if I'm max physically defensive, he could still Twig KO me with Banded, and he also kills with Freeze Dry, so not a great combo there. I have a lot of mons that outspeed, so I'm kind of leaning towards him being Scarf to outspeed my Zeraora, but Banded would be very tough for me to switch into. Gmax Gengar, great. So I faced Gengar last week. And that was very problematic. My answer was Roserade to take it on, and he was not Life Orb, so it made it a lot easier for me to take on the Gengar with Roserade. Obviously, he can't be Life Orb either in this matchup, but he's a Gmax, so actually the Focus Blast is going to be slightly weaker in the Gmax form, so stuff like Colossal could be a better answer to it, and a weaker Sludge Bomb, but obviously Sludge Bomb also raises special attack, so not really counting that. But the Shadow Ball is definitely a lot stronger. I was considering a prep that he would be, because he knows that my special defensive Roserade handled Gengar last week. He might bring Psychic to nuke Roserade, but Shadow Ball 2 KOs me after rocks anyway, especially because I think he'll be Modest Gengar, because Modest Gengar adds speeds, max speed, Obstagoon by 1 point. I think he'll be not much bulk and a lot of special attack, just to get as much damage off as possible in general. It could also be Energy Ball to hit my Gastrodon. So I would imagine like Shadow Ball, Sludge Bomb, Energy Ball, Focus Blast. Don't really see Sub coming because I do have a Dragapult that can Revenge Kill, and because I would kill with Specs Shadow Ball behind a Gengar Sub, even if he's Gmax, unless he has a lot of HP. And I don't expect a Nasty Plot, just because I think he wants to hit as hard as possible, because I do have Zeraora and Dragapult that could Revenge Kill. Next is Zeraora. Fast attacker, close combat, Grass Knot, Plasma Fist, Knockoff. All are problematic moves for me. Play Rough maybe to hit the Dragapult, but I think he'd probably bring Knockoff. Unless he was really expecting Colbur Berry, which could be a bring with the Scrafty, but I would highly doubt he would expect Colbur, Dragapult, and I don't think it's the best set. I do have 3 ground types, which is a plus, but again, he has Grass Knot for Gastrodon, Close Combat, or Aurasphere for Steelix. And what's the other ground type? Mamoswine, Close Combat, any fighting move will do a lot of damage to me. So he has coverage. But I do have a ways around Zeraora. Like my own Zeraora can at least take electric moves. So we'll see. But Zeraora definitely coming. Bronzong definitely coming. I feel like Obstagoon has a really good matchup in this game. So I think Colbur Berry, Bronzong with Body Press to kill Obstagoon makes a lot of sense in this game. I could be Obstruct and lower attack, but that doesn't make it different for Body Press. Body Press goes based off the defense, so it still could be killing me there. So definitely problematic, and be hard for me to spam knockoffs if he is like physically defensive and has to Bronzong. So I have to watch out for it. Could also be Spadef to take on like Rotom Frost, Togekiss, Dragapult to an extent. Probably takes like 2 non-spec hits, and or like if I want to go for a Draco, he can switch into that. Also takes on Roserade very well, so it could be either, but I think this is definitely going to be his rocker. In the 5th Mon, he's going to bring mostly, I think, Hydreigon. Probably the top 4 are like 100%. Hydreigon's like 98%. I really expect Hydreigon to come, and I expect either Scarf to outspeed, all the 3 sets I think he could bring would outspeed Dragapult, so that would be Scarf, Dragon Dance, or Tailwind. I think he wants something to outspeed my Dragapult and kill in return. I think that's pretty vital. Would also like kill my Zeraora as well, because Play Rough for close combat would destroy a Hydreigon. I expect one of those 3 things. Togekiss is a pretty nice answer, unless he's Belch or a Flash Cannon. Other than that, kind of hard for me to switch in. Gastrodon could take 2 Draco Meteors if I'm special defensive, but like Dark Pulses are going to be doing a lot anyway. And Roserade could kind of take 2, depending on the set, but if he's Dragon Dance, then Roserade doesn't really handle it, unless I have a Dazzling Gleam. Colossal can kind of take it on, but he could have Earth Power, and would also hit the Steelix too. If I'm like special defensive, Steelix would take on Hydreigon. So I think those 5 100% come. The 6th Mon, I think it's going to be a Dragapult answer, like a very solid Mon. And I think he has 3 Mons that really handle Dragapult very well. So I think it could be any of those 3. And the most likely out of those 3, I think, is Scrafty. It has Intimidate, which is nice for Zeraora, even though I do have the chance to run Play Rough to like 4 times hit that, plus Hydreigon or Close Combat. I still think Intimidate is nice in this game. It also doesn't hit like Oblivious Mamoswine if I did bring it, but just something to note. It could take Dragapult hits pretty well and go for knockoffs, and I don't really want to switch into knockoff. Bulk Up could also be a little problematic if he brings that type of set, like a special defensive Bulk Up set could be annoying. With knockoff and like Drain Punch or Rest, Sleep Talk, knockoff, Drain Punch, and no Bulk Up, all those sets could be pretty annoying for my team to take on. Clefairy, I think it definitely has a chance to come. It takes on Dragalge very well, unless if I'm Specs. Specs is still going to be doing a lot to Clefairy regardless. And I guess it hits Obstagoon for super effective damage. I really think the main thing for Clefairy would be taking on my Dragapult. A lot of my Mons can do pretty decent damage to it otherwise. And type Null, I think, is least likely out of the three, but it's just very bulky. And Rest Sleep Talk is a little problematic for it, just because if it's normal coverage, then it doesn't hit Dragapult or Steelix or Colossal, and it has like fire coverage, and it doesn't hit Dragapult. If it has like Crunch or Dragon Claw, then it doesn't hit Steelix or Colossal. So I think type Null is the least likely, and if it's like what's the move? Flame Charge, Sword Stance? I don't think I'm that worried about that. Could be Iron Defense, which could be problematic, but again, I don't really know if it has enough coverage to hit my team if he's Iron Defense. So 3 Mons I don't expect to come, but I'm going to list them from what I think has the most likely chance to come to the least likely. So Rotom-Mow is a very decent Zero-Aura answer if it's physically defensive, and if I don't have like Blaze Kick to hit it. And it handles the Gastrodon pretty well, but otherwise I don't really like what Rotom does. There's just a lot of Mons that take advantage of it. You got Dragapult hits a hard Mamoswine with Ice Shard, Togekiss, Air Slashes even, Obstagoon, Roserade, Rotom Frost, Colossal. Don't really like the Rotom-Mow matchup. Quillfish doesn't really handle Zero-Aura, even with Intimidate, unless he wants like a couple of Rocky Helmet hits on it, I suppose. If I'm Oblivious Mamoswine, then I'm immune to Intimidate. Gastrodon's a free switch in, Obstagoon just 2 KOs anyway. Roserade is also a decent bring for me, so if you wanted to bring T-Spikes, I don't think it makes sense because Roserade is a pretty decent come from me. Rotom Frost also adds speeds and does a lot of damage, and Dragalge also hits this a lot. And Flareon, I have 3 ground types, and Colossal, so I highly doubt it comes, and Zero-Aura could just do a crap ton of damage to it initially, and Obstagoon. So I guess it's kind of a Dragapult answer, but don't expect it to come. So looking at this game, Zero-Aura, I mean, as you see, here's the first Mon, I think just does a crap ton of damage to his team. Obstagoon, I think also does very, very well, but looking closer at the matchup, I don't think is as great as I thought initially. So I'll have to play around that. Colossal, I think is a decent bring and has a chance to come. Dragapult, obviously, almost always, it has come to every single game, so I think that's going to be an answer. He has a lot of Mons that I don't have much for, like the Mamoswine. So I have to figure out at least something that can kind of check Mamoswine, kind of check Gengar, kind of check Zero-Aura, and kind of check the Hydreigon. It's going to be a pain, but hopefully I'll be able to do it with this team. Going with the first Pokemon, which is Zero-Aura. So Zero-Aura is max attack, max speed. Let me pull up on the side what the EV spreads are. I should have them basically memorized, but it's max attack, max speed to a speed tie with any potential Zero-Aura, and then 4 in defense. That is not the right team. There it is. Okay. Yep, with 4 in defense. It didn't really matter what I was putting as my last EV. So I went with Air Balloon, as you see, as the item over Expert Belt. I was debating between the two. I didn't really need Life Orb damage, and I didn't want to take a recoil, but Mamoswine is such a big issue that I needed something to like 100% take an Earthquake, because I don't have an Earthquake immunity on the team otherwise, so I'm not bringing Togekiss or Rotom Frost. So Earthquakes are pretty freeform, so I have to have something to take Earthquakes. So that would be this Zero-Aura, at least initially, and I could do a lot of damage at either close combat or knockoff. I think there's a decent chance that the Mamoswine is also Scarfed, so if I see him, like, and I'm pretty confident he's Scarfed and he locks himself in an Earthquake, then it's a free switch into my Zero-Aura, and then I can do whatever I want at that point. So the moves I have are close combat to hit like the Hydreigon, hits the Zero-Aura, Mamoswine, Bronzong. Knockoff also hits that. Hits the Rotom-Mow for okay damage. Grafty, Type and All, a lot of things are weak to close combat. And especially like if I get a knockoff on the Type and All in close combat, it's going to do a lot of damage. Or if I knock off the Clefairy and go for Plasma Fist, that's going to do a lot of damage. I initially had Blaze Kick over Plasma Fist actually to do a lot of damage to the Rotom Mow. I don't really expect it to come, so that's why I went with Plasma Fist to hit the Clefairy harder, which is kind of weird because I think Clefairy has a better chance to come than Rotom Mow. And also it's Quillfish, though Volt Switch is going to be doing a lot anyway. Volt Switch is basically, if I know I'm not going to Oko something, I just Volt Switch out. Or I want to make sure I keep my air balloon intact, because Mamoswine is so problematic. Yeah, so this should pressure his team a lot. I do want to get knockoffs on the Type Null and Clefairy, ideally. I do a lot of damage to the Gengar. I don't kill after rocks if he's Gmax, so that's something I have to watch out for. I do 55 to 65% with knockoff. So the next Pokemon I'm bringing is Obstagoon, as I said before, but this is the first time this season I'm bringing Obstagoon that's not Flame Orb. It's actually going to be Scarfed. Where's the item? There you go. Choice Scarfed with Defiant. So the EV spread here is, and there's actually a purpose. So it's max attack, max speed with 4 HP EVs. And I changed this right before I made this team builder. I noticed the speed I had on Obstagoon sped type with a Scarfed max speed Mamoswine. I don't know if Mamoswine's going to be max speed Scarfed, but there's definitely a chance if he wants to outspeed, say, my Scarf to Mamoswine, which I don't think has a great matchup, but it would outspeed the Gengar and his Zero Orb, so it makes sense for me to bring a Scarf to Mamoswine. So he would at least speed tie with that. So I want to guarantee that I do outspeed. I outspeed by 2 points. So say if Hydreigon, like, if he expects me to run Scarf Mamo, he could run enough speed on Hydreigon to outspeed Mamo by 1 point. So hopefully I could potentially speed creep that. And you would have to be modest, Hydreigon. He doesn't have to be timid. So things I can watch out for. I could be like timid to outspeed like a modest Hydreigon, or I could be jolly to outspeed a modest Hydreigon, but that seems a little bit risky for me because he could also be timid Scarf to like guaranteed outspeed an Obstagoon, or like a Scarfed Roserade if he was worried about Dazzling Gleam. So Obstagoon here with knockoff. Knockoff actually does 80 to 93% to 4 HP Gengar, which I said before I think is going to be the spread. So that's a lot of damage there. So I'm definitely okay with that, and probably would go for the roll to try to kill it, even though Focus Blast would kill. I would also assume I get some chip damage on the Gengar so I can guarantee to kill a knockoff. And I'll be going for knockoff basically until the Gengar is dead. And I also want to knock off like the Type Null or Clefairy Eviolites. Double Edge, just for a lot of damage. I did have Reckless initially, but with Scrafty and Quillfish being an option to get Defiant and get a +1 attack instead of a -1 attack, that seems like a pretty big difference there. So I went with Defiant, but Double Edge is still going to be doing decent damage to Mons, and Close Combat to Oko to Mamoswine because I don't believe Double Edge was able to do that. Parting Shot, again, if I don't expect I'll be able to kill a mod, I can get momentum with it. Anything else? I outspeed a Scarf Mamo, outspeed a Zero Aura, and hopefully I outspeed a Hydreigon if he has aggressive speed creep. So the next Pokemon I have is Orbit, the Steelix. I don't think I've brought this in a while, but this is 252 HP, 220 defense, and 36 speed, and block. So I got to bring a block mod against Vepsis. I brought it against him before, I think it was EWT, with a Mew set. So the whole purpose of the Steelix is to either catch a lead. I'm going to be leading with Steelix. Though if he has a Quillfish, it's going to be a little bit tougher for me to decide what my lead is going to be. I think I might lead with Zero or if he does have the Quillfish, because I don't want T-Spikes up, because I don't have a Defog or a Poison type on a team, which means I also don't have Roserade. So I don't want T-Spikes up if possible. It's not at the end of the world because Zero or is immune, and Steelix is immune at least, so 2 Mons can take it. But anyway, I will be able to take on a Bronzong and kill. I would go turn 1 if he leads with Bronzong. I'm going to block. It's preventing him from leaving, and then if I can kill him with Body Press, which I will be able to eventually between Body Press and Rest, I should be at close to full HP, depending if I want to PP stall out all of his moves or not, which is probably my best interest too. I could be at full HP and get rocks up and kill the Bronzong, which would be problematic for like my Zero Aura if he's Earthquake and my Balloon is popped, or like my Obstagoon from cooking knockoffs, because I do expect him to be Colbur Berry. Last move is Stealth Rocks over Earthquake. Earthquake really only hits the Gengar, and I'm not taking many Gengar hits. because I'm not special defensive. So Shadow Ball is going to be doing a crap ton of damage to me. And everything else I could just hit for body press because his team is fairly fighting weak. So that's why I went with rocks, and I didn't want to put rocks on any other mon on the team. Definitely a niche set, but hopefully it can work. The speed allows me to add speed Bronzong by 2 points if he's like neutral speed. If he's minus speed, like with Gyro Ball, then I definitely add speed. So that'd be clutch. I also have, I also said this is for Mamoswine. I do take 2 Scarfed Earthquakes, and I can kill in return with 2 Body Press. If he's like no HP, I do 88% min. So that means if I do get rocks up later in the game, he would 100% die to that, unless he has Defog, which is removal, is Hydreigon, and I think that's it. His only removal is Hydreigon, and Rotom-Mow. I don't expect the Rotom-Mow to come. So that is my Steelix. Next Pokemon is Dragapult, another Scarfer with Infiltrator. So if he does, say, sub with Gengar, I will be able to kill with, or do a lot of damage with Shadow Ball. I won't be able to kill because I'm Scarfed. But I don't think he should stay in anyway on the off chance that I am Infiltrator and can just kill. The EVs on this are max special attack, modest, 28 speed, and they're 228 into defense. So defense allows me to take, say, like, I guaranteed live a choice banded adamant ice shard from Mamoswine after rocks. And I also live a life orb adamant ice shard after 2 stealth rock switch-ins. So that's really nice for the Dragapult. I don't really expect to take many special attacking hits besides Rotom. Like, Rotom's not going to be doing much with Volt Switch or Leaf Storm. If it is like Dark Pulse, then that's another issue. Or Clefairy Moonblast could be something I take in this game. But I do live 1 hit. I don't live 2 hits, and I needed a lot of if I converted all my defense EVs into HP, I wouldn't have killed, or I wouldn't have lived 2 Moonblast from Clefairy, which is kind of sad. But I figured it was just worth to take Mamo hits better, because I figure that's more of an instance that could occur. And I'm not taking Gengar hits, and I don't plan to stand on a Gengar anyway. So, unless if I can guaranteed kill. So the moves on this, pretty straightforward. Drake and Meteor just doing a lot of damage and killing the Hydreigon, and the Zero Aura Shadow Ball for general damage and to do a lot of damage to Gengar. Hits the Bronzong as well. Can also 2-hit KO the Clefairy if he's physically defensive, and I knock off its item. So I do have Zero Aura plus Obstagoon that can knock off Clefairy items. So Shadow Ball should 2-hit KO that. If he's if he's special defensive, I won't 2-hit KO with Shadow Ball, but I can 2-hit KO with Steel Wing, even with modest nature. So that's why I have Steel Wing, and then U-turn for general momentum. So Choice Scarf that adds speed, a +1 speed Hydreigon, which I think is definitely an instance that he could bring. I think that's it there. I don't handle the type and all that well, or the Scrafty, but I have other mons that can handle it. Next Pokemon I have is the Gastrodon, with Citrus Berry, with max HP, max defense, and 4 in special defense. Because I do add speed the Bronzong anyway, not that it really makes a difference. So this is my Mamo answer. I could take 2 Adamant Life Orb Earthquakes from Mamoswine. I can't take 2 Choice Banded hits, which really stinks. But I am able to take a Life Orb hit, Citrus Berry up to guarantee live a second hit, and then I can go for Scald if he decides to stay in. And if I burn, I would kill. If there's Rockshire up, I would be able to kill with Scald. But if he also goes for 2 Life Orb hits, he'll be very, very low, which if he goes for like a 3rd attack to kill my Gastrodon and I don't kill with Scald, we're probably trading 1 for 1. And I would trade my Gastrodon for Mamoswine. That's definitely okay. Even though I am max defensive, I can also take, like, say, Scarf Hydreigon hits, pretty okay. And my moveset is Scald, Recover, Earth Power, Clear Smog. If the Mamoswine is Choice Scarfed, say, I can recover up and be able to beat it 1v1. If he's Freeze Dry, I don't beat it, but I can't really cover all the ground with Mamoswine just because of how powerful it is. And I think he's going to want Earthquake, Icicle Crash, Ice Shard, and maybe Rocks, maybe Knock Off, maybe something to hit my Rotom Frost. So he has options there. I don't think Freeze Dry is going to be the most likely bring. Earth Power there to hit Gengar pretty hard. I imagine it's going to be an Energy Ball to kill my Gastrodon, but in the off chance it isn't, I can do decent damage there. I can also get like Spadef Drop, say, against a Clefairy, and maybe beat it 1v1. It's going to be tough, but if he doesn't have Toxic, then we're kind of at a stalemate at that point, which is better than him just beating me with Clefairy. And Clear Smog, just to make sure that Dragon Dance Hydreigon or Bulk Up Zeraora or, say, Bulk Up Scrafty, Calm Mind, Clefairy, Swords Dance type Null, all those mons can't set up on me, so I would definitely be okay with that exchange. And the last Pokemon I have is Colossal. I don't think I've brought this in a while, but you got to bring the Gmax mon for the last game, and it's a very good answer to take on Gengar. He might expect Roserade to be in that role, but Roserade isn't the greatest answer to take on Gengar. So I think Colossal is the best bet. Problem is, after Rocks, I do get 2-hit KO'd by Gengar Focus Blast, but I do live one hit. So I live one hit after Rocks, then I can Protect in my Gmax form, because my moves are Ancient Power, Earth Power, Fire Blast, Protect, and now I'm pretty sure I know how Gmax works after last week's game, or 2 weeks ago's game. Protect, and then I would die to another Focus Blast from the Gengar, but that would be 3 moves he uses in Gmax form, so he would at least lose his Gmax Gengar. And then I can 100% kill with a Zeraora knockoff, or Dragapult Shadow Ball, or it's not a roll with my Obstagoon to kill a knockoff. So all those 3 would be okay. Any moves I go for, honestly, would just be a bonus. Any attacking moves would just be a bonus. Ancient Power to get the Gmax move off and just do residual damage to his team. Earth Power to do a lot of damage to the Gengar. And I can get a Spadef boost. I think Focus Blast does like 25% to Colossal and Gmax form, which is just insane. And Fire Blast to hit like the Bronzong. And if I have a Fire Blast up and then go for another Fire Blast, I'll be doing a lot of damage to like Clefairy if it's like special defensive. Otherwise, it might not take much damage from me. So if I can get Sun up, I can do okay damage. I am max HP, max special defense with 4 speed. Doesn't really matter what the last EV was there. So that's my team. I'm pretty excited about this game. Definitely nervous, but I think we'll be able to do well. But yeah. Sorry for the longer team builder, but I want to explain the thought process of this team. It's a pretty important game, so let's get right into it. All right, here we are for APA Finals. I'm just super stoked, extremely nervous, but I think I have a pretty good chance to win this game. Vepsis is obviously super threatening opponent, even though I've had the upper hand more often than not. It's close enough where anybody can win this game. So, again, make sure you check out his channel on his side and his team builder. I'm sure it's going to provide you guys a lot of information. There you go, the train goes by. So, hoping to not see one of Hydreigon, Zeraora, Mamoswine, Bronzong, or Gengar. Alright, so clicking A. Shoutouts to Moxie and TJ for mocking me, and for Mid for just being a great commissioner this season. So we got no... Okay, so Hydreigon, Zeraora, Mamoswine, no Quillfish, that's good. Scrafty, Type Null, and Gmax Gengar. Okay, so no Bronzong. A little bit unfortunate. You know, I just said I didn't want to face it, but it would have been nice. The trap. And yeah, so turn 1, I want to lead with my Steelix and get up Rocks and do a lot of damage to the Mamoswine if he leads with it. Okay, so Type Null is gonna be a little bit annoying. I do have like a Zeraora to handle it, while Gastrodon can at least make sure it doesn't win. Obstagoon does a lot of damage to it. Steelix can even beat it, and Colossal does okay damage to it, so not the end of the world there. Zeraora looks like it goes absolutely in this matchup. It has to be either Scarfed Hydreigon or Scarfed Mamoswine. It could be Scarfed Zeraora even to outspeed Dragapult. That seems like a very far-fetched bring, though. But it looks like we're getting into this game, so good luck. Though I hope I have more luck, and have fun, Vepsis. This is definitely going to be a fun finale here for APA Academy Season 3. Great season, and really, really well run by the commissioners. A lot of work was put into this, so I definitely appreciate it. Bomb fucking C. Okay, Scrafty leads off. This is fine. I can just get Rocks up. Intimidate, okay. Intimidates Crafty. So I think I set up rocks, and then if he bulks up, I go into my... he could taunt here. I go into my Gastrodon and go for Scalds. Knocks off, okay. So that's 27 damage. Let me get my calculator opened up. So, I gotta make sure I watch out for timers. Crafty. Knock off. 27 damage, so a little bit of attack. Okay. This calculator off my screen. I think body press is honestly fine. I should be doing a lot of damage to this. Drain Punch. 155 to 111. 44 damage. Yeah, so a decent amount of attack. Okay. And I'm doing like... I forgot to put the image up. There it is. So I did like over half. So very physically defensive. I think I'm okay with trading getting rocks up to taking out the this Crafty. Yeah, I should be 2 KOing, and I don't think he 2 KOs me in return. Let's see, Drain Punch. Yeah, that's not going to 2 KO. I mean, I should 2 KO in return, so I'm fine with this exchange. Yeah, he's covering 11% HP. Definitely fine with this. Oh, and I just kill. I'm also okay with that. A crit. That's unfortunate. But my Mamoswine at a bad health, half health, and the Scrafty is dead. Won this thing for the Dragapult, though he does have a type null to handle it. And I do have my rocks up. And I can definitely save the Steelix to handle the type null later. So a little bit unfortunate there with the Scrafty dying to a crit. Does Mamoswine come in an Earthquake? I mean, he's in range to revenge kill me. No, I think I switch out and save this for the type null. So I'm gonna go into my Gastrodon, Moist. And I'm also okay with getting this 12.5% damage up. And I think he's forced to attack me. Because I could kill him otherwise. Okay. So that's 130 damage with a crit. I think that's Jolly. It could be Adamant. Could be Scarfed. I think I just recover up here. This is good to know. Type null comes in. I am fine with this. I can Scald and then Clear Smog. He could be toxic as well. Steelix, type null. Yeah, I'm fine to staying in Scald. You could Toxic. Okay, you turn. That does 24 damage to my Gastrodon. Type null. Level 50. 20. It could be no attack mineral there. And I do like 15% to the Hydreigon. So it looks like it's no bulk. I could sack off the... I think I sack off the Steelix here. S'mores is a play, but that seems pretty risky. Draco seems pretty free, though. But I think he could make a play. I think recovering is fine here. If he does go for the Draco. Okay, U-turns out. 194, so like 25 damage. It's not Life Orb. Looks like no attack. Okay. I don't know what he's accomplishing here. I'm gonna go for the Scald. He could go for a Toxic here. Okay. That's fine. Oh, I can see what type of set he is. It does like 13%, and I get a burn. So type null. It looks like it's max special defense. I think I just go for Scalds again. It seems pretty free, because I think he's going to U-turn here. A chance he rests. Okay. Doing like 15%. Yeah, this looks like a pretty free answer in this Steelix, and then I can body press. Body press would be doing a lot to this. I don't think he stays in at that point. But it looks like this type null can't do anything to Steelix. I'm guessing if it's rest. I guess we'll find out here if he's Sleep Talk or not. We'll see if he makes the Hydreigon switch in. Yeah, he does. Okay. I think I'm still okay with keeping this, so, a Draco or a Dark Pulse seem pretty obvious. I don't know if my Gastrodon is still useful. I think it is still useful. But I think my Steelix is also very useful. And I think my Colossal is also very useful. So we'll see if he goes for the Earth Power here or not. U-turn? Okay, that's fine. Just getting chip damage on him. Obviously he's chipping down my Gastrodon as well. Yeah, but I do have Rocks up and he does not, so something I will definitely take. So I don't think he's max Spadef on the type and all. Because I did 15% before, and I don't think I should be doing that much. Gengar comes out. Can kill me with an Energy Ball. He could predict this and go for Focus Blast. I don't care. Because my Colossal can take 2 hits. Especially because there's no rocks up. So Gengar, Gmaxed, Energy Ball. Okay, great. And he doesn't Gmax. So that does 43 damage with Energy Ball. It looks like he's timid. Okay. I'm going to stay in Dynamax and go for Gmax Volcalith. I think that's how you say it. I'm guessing the Titan Hole is going to come in. But I'll be fine getting the Rocks damage on him, going for the Gmax move, and getting the residual damage on him. I'm definitely okay trading my my Colossal for Typhonol. Trade 1 for 1, because Dragapult, again, goes in as soon as I can take this out. And even it's weakened, so I think it's in range of 2 Draco Meteors. So let's see how much damage this does. is it? Oh, okay. Yeah, not doing much damage at all. To type null. I think I just go for it again. Predicting the, does the Hydreigon coming in matter to me? Earth power. Not necessarily. I think I go for max flare here. Hydreigon could come in, I guess predicting me to go for that. It doesn't seem like a great move though. Okay. Let's see. U-turn. Okay. 7 damage. Not great. Can't get Flame Body though, obviously. Hydreigon will be taking decent damage though. Unless the Hydreigon is a lot of HP. But if I go for max, if I went for Volcanlith here, I would kill after rocks and the residual damage. Okay, but I do not. Okay, so that looks like 25%, so it looks like he's not that bulky. And I just go for the max Volcanlith as he goes for a Roost, maybe? Earth Power, Draco. Oh, that's things that he misses. I'm sorry about that. Would have done about 25%, I imagine, but Hydreigon is down, so I will definitely take that. So I'm up 6-4. Colossal definitely did what it needed to do this game. Steelix did as well. We haven't even brought in Obstagoon, Zeraora, Dragapult. Zeraora looks super nice. Knockoff looks very free. The Mamoswine comes in. He's gonna kill me with Earthquake. But do I care? I could go... He's gonna go for Earthquake or Rocks, so I can go into Zeraora. That seems pretty free to me. I guess Superpower could be a play, but that would just be crazy. Now he knows I'm Balloon. Earthquake. Okay, great. Taking that chip damage. So Mamoswine. I'm not Dynamaxed. Close combat kills right here. So I think there's no reason to not just go for close combat. Because I'm not choice locked or anything. He could go Ice Shard and break my Balloon, but I would doubt it. Okay, goes into type null and sacks it. I'm definitely okay with this. Okay, so I'm up 6-3. Doesn't have a switch in into Dragapult. Definitely okay. I'm pretty confident he's Scarfed, though I'm not 100% sure. So it is his Zeraora, his Mamoswine, and Gmax Gengar. Is it a throw for me to switch? I think I just stay in and let him take out my, yeah, I just stay in and, close combat. I don't want to throw. Okay, so that does 50, little under 50% to him. Let's see if he bulks up or something. Okay. He probably kills me here. Okay. That's fine. Let me make sure I don't lose this game. So Zeraora. I should be doing like 50%. Obstagoon does 36% min. Let's see with Dragapult. Shadow Ball is doing more damage. I think I just go Dragapult here. Don't have to worry about differential. And go for Shadow Balls. Especially because I know he's not Scarfed. 40%. I guess unless if he's a Assault Vest, I should kill here. I'm not clicking Draco to 100% guarantee it. So I should kill unless if he's Assault. Oh no, he has the -1 special defense drop. Okay, so I definitely kill there. Alright, so Zeraora is down. So it's down to Mamoswine and the Gengar. I like the odds I'm at right now. Gengar comes in. I think I'm fine with this too. Yeah. I'm definitely okay with this. I should be in range of me killing with Obstagoon. I mean, it will be in range of me killing with Obstagoon. And in case he, like, subs, maybe it was the play to switch. Because if he subs, I bring in Dragapult, and then I should kill. But if he's bulky, then I don't kill. So I guess this isn't the worst play for me to go for the attack here. That's a very cool animation there. And we'll see how much damage this does. It won't kill. Okay. It does like 50% to him. So a decent amount of special attack, or HP. Okay, he kills. As to be expected. Obstagoon should come in and win the game. Obstagoon. Go for the knockoff here. And I think I'm in good shape. I'm going to switch out. Let's see, Obstagoon. Mamoswine. Choice Scarf, Earthquake. My knockoff won't be killing his Earthquake. Doesn't kill either. Wow, okay. I think I like going to go for Double Edge and basically 100% guaranteeing knocking this out. So I'm going to go into my Steelix. If he like crits, maybe that's a bad play. Because if I knock off there, he can't sub. So that might have been a bad play. We'll see. He goes for Earthquake. Obstagoon. I'm pretty sure he's Scarfed. Even if he is Scarfed, I go for Double Edge. And I don't think he kills me. Unless if he gets a crit, maybe. I'm going to go for Double Edge. In case if he's like Choppleberry or something. I think this is it, though. So, fingers crossed. Very offensive team. I don't know if he expected a double Scarf or not. Let's see. Double Edge. Unless he's very bulky, this should kill. And we do kill. Okay, so we are the Season 3 API Academy champions. Nice. This is great. Oh, man. Good games to Vepsis. Ah, man. This is so exciting. Man, I'm so happy about this. Yeah, this is great. The plan worked basically perfectly. The Bronzong didn't come. I expected a type null. Definitely had a chance to bring shoutouts to the train in the background there. Thank you to, who would I say, TJ, Moxie, and 6 Foot Hacks for all looking over this team. Shout outs to Mid, Panther, Olivia, I don't know if I had typed in anything, Olga Bina, all of them for the great support that they gave for this APA season. A lot of great coaches and a lot of great content. So I think we can definitely compete with the amount of quality that we had in this league to the main league. So I'm very proud of all the opponents here. I'm very happy with this team. Like, my team was so strong that I felt like I definitely should have won this whole thing. My team was broken. So, like, I'm pretty happy that I was able to justify this team and was able to win with it. So, good games to Vepsis. The Draco Meteor miss on the Colossal, that didn't make a difference just because I switched down. I still have the Mon still available, and you just came in an Earthquake anyway with the Mamoswine. I don't think it made a difference there. Was there any other hacks? I got a crit earlier on with the Steelix and the Scrafty. I think I still beat it one-on-one, but he might have played his Titan a little bit differently, knowing that my Steelix is more weakened. Maybe he would have prioritized a little bit more. But it is Rest, Sleep, Talk, U-Turn, Toxic. Okay, that couldn't have done nothing to me, and I had Rest. So I don't think that made a difference either. I'll probably do a recap video of the season. Don't hold me to it, though. But, yeah, no, I'm very happy with this season. I went, 9-1 in the regular season, and then 3 wins to make it here 12-1, even though my last one was a little bit iffy there. But you can't regret on the past, so you just got to keep going forward. So happy with this championship. Good games to Vepsis again. Make sure you check out his channel. And until next time, later, guys.